Costner is bringing his talents to television now, playing the patriarch of a powerful family of ranchers who fight to keep their land and legacy in Yellowstone. Season 2 starts this week.
How many times have I stood on the podium with you, Donnie? Stood for you. Think you'd be sheriff if it weren't for me? Maybe you haven't noticed, but there's a war going on in this valley. Today's the day you choose sides.
Kevin Costner, good morning. Welcome. Thanks for being here. This was your first TV series. And I read that you thought initially it would just be one season. Right. But it's so successful, it's now in its second.
Yeah, it's like I was raised in like a cave or something. Keep going or something like that. But yeah.
How do you like working in TV?
It's always long days. That doesn't change, and we don't treat it like TV. We treat it like it wants to last forever. Mm-hmm. That's how we go about it, and so it doesn't change. You work on a low budget movie, you work on a big budget movie. The days are always going to be long. Mm-hmm.
Why was it important for you to cover the struggles of ranchers in the modern West?
I didn't think of it in that way. I mean, I try to put the audience on my shoulder the first time I read the script, because you go to the TV, you go to the movies for something, and the lights go out, and you want to just be transported. And so when I read a script, all of a sudden I feel myself being transported, and suddenly we're in the Bitterroot Valley, the same valley that Lewis and Clark went down. And people are reminded once again when they watch that these places still exist. We can get caught up in what we do, but an incredible amount of history went down out there, and I don't think we ever tire of seeing running rivers and valleys and mountains. And if you can set a drama against all that, it's fun. If you can set a girl-boy movie against minor league baseball and Bull Durham, it's fun.
Yeah. When you hear about actors doing westerns, you often hear a backstory, usually a humorous backstory, about how they had to learn how to ride. Wasn't a problem for you, though. You already rode. Did you have to learn anything new?
Yeah, no, well, there's a lot. Listen, I'm okay. I'm okay riding. I work around with people who are really good with horses, but it's something I've wanted. It's something I've done since I was little, wanted to do, and I think everybody, and I think that's one of the joys when you go to the movies. Who wouldn't want to run with the buffalo? Mm-hmm. And I just don't like necessarily giving that up to a stuntman. I want to do as much as I can, although, I have stuntmen.
Were you able to do most of it?
Yeah, and that movie I did most of it. Yeah, exactly. That's yeah. In certain instances, you just have to, it's the fun of doing movies. Who doesn't want to get to kiss the girl, save the day, climb the building and, turn off the bomb.
You've done it all.
Yeah.
Talking about your past and the great movies that we saw highlighted before, The Bodyguard, my personal favorite. I remember reading that you said you didn't think it was going to have the kind of power that it ended up having at the time. Why not?
Well, I think, I think some people talked about the interracial thing, and I didn't think anything about that. I just kind of went for the prettiest girl that could sing. That could really sing.
That could really sing.
And so for me, I didn't realize, I think what you're talking about is later on that there was a lot of power behind that kind of created I don't know what it did. I just instinctually went to what I thought would make for the best movie.
Mm-hmm. This year's the 30th anniversary of Field of Dreams. We're one day after Father's Day. That is a father-son movie, if there ever was one. Why do you think it's lasted so long?
I don't know, I feel like it's kind of our generation's wonderful life. And I understand it's actually in the big theaters the next couple of days, and people are taking their sons, it's not just for men, but it's crushed people from the very first day, broke their heart into 1,000 pieces. That little movie, it just had this little gold dust on it. And, so much about relationships with your father go unsaid, and you gotta break that cycle, or you're gonna need a Field of Dreams to remind you of what you maybe missed.
Perfect sentiment after Father's Day. Kevin Costner, thank you so much for joining us at the table.